Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
Hello.
There they are, Jeremy. All waiting for us.
What up?
Hey! We thought we'd be near the camera.
We'd do a thing with the thing.
Yeah. Freaking you out. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Captain Sora, I'm aroused.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be.
Me too. Here we are. Don't get me started. The show with a white outline around the word don't. And many other things besides. I'm Alex. This is Jez. You know that. Of course you do. And if you don't, you do now. This is Don't Get Me Started, episode 14, including the back catalogue of the other ones. And so much to do that we've done already. So many segments. This is happening. Thanks, I Hate It. A new segment. Wankbasket of the week. All your favourites. All the best ones. And another one you don't even know you love yet.
That doesn't even have a name.
It has no name.
We need them to name it.
You can name it. How's it going, man?
It's going all right. Yeah. I, have a few things to rant about as we get into this is happening a little bit later. But generally, life's good.
Yeah, things. Actually, I thought of a hap.
Have you?
Yeah, I thought of another hap actually.
But
I'll leave it for. But I'm feeling good. There's a lot to be thankful for. Lots going on. Still quite muggy.
It's really
humid. Muggy.
Yeah.
I saw someone had put something out on, you see it on Facebook, people who made stupid jokes, and like a husband saying to his wife, it's very muggy outside. And she was like, if you've taken all of our mugs and
put them on the lawn again, I'm going to leave you.
And he's like, drinks tea out of a bowl. I'm like, I love this so much. Like, in my head, in a relationship, it should work both ways, but I think men tend to be more dickhead pranksters and women tend to be more rolling their eyes. But defy gender splits like that. Be my guess. I'm just saying that's how it is. But I think it is the responsibility for my gender of every man to wind his other half up.
Especially with expert wordplay such as that.
You take your chance to find a way to wind her the fuck up. Sometimes I look at these things. I was looking at TikTok last night, and this guy was under a blanket, and you can just see these heels of this person's obviously standing, performing the wonderful sexual act underneath this blanket. And when the wife comes in, is like, the fuck? So she picks up a big bit of metal and she throws back the blanket, and the guy has just got heels on his arms, and he's basically there bobbing up and down under his own thing. And I watched it. It's only like 30 seconds long. I must have watched it 18 times. So
clever. And
she's like, oh, you. And I'm just like, you should see that. Oh.
Because apparently otherwise she was going to murderize someone with a frying pan.
There was a big bit of metal. It's like a 2x4, but a 2x4 metal.
Like a lead pipe.
Like a lead pipe, like you might kill someone in Cluedo with. And she went, and what is it doing? Just things I have around me are like wallets and papers and Christmas trees and glasses. I don't have a bit of metal hanging around just in case some whore comes in and sucks me off.
He's not lying about the Christmas tree, by the way.
It's over there.
But that has to be pointed out. There is a Christmas tree.
I could turn and show you, but I don't want to mess up the... No, I wouldn't, because that's the power of the tripod. But I'm not going to show you. Maybe show you another time.
Like at Christmas.
At Christmas. It is really great. By the way,
the appropriate time for it, maybe.
They all laughed when I left my Christmas tree up. But ho ho ho, who's got the last laugh now at Christmas?
I've still got Halloween decorations up since last year.
Yeah, I think that's legit.
It's not a very nice way to speak about your other half, but okay.
Sell your pumpkins before Halloween.
So that reminds me, actually. We looked the other day at the potential of maybe growing a pumpkin for my daughter to carve at Halloween.
Right.
Turns out, if you're going to do that, you've got to plant them at the end of May.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think it will be done in time?
That ship has already sailed.
Oh, man. So, I mean, I don't know much about growing plants, But could you just start it now, and then by the time it gets round again, you'll have had like a whole year and a half?
No, I would suggest that the weather will kill it.
Right, okay. Man, growing pumpkins is a ball ache. It is true. Obviously, shopping is the best way of doing it, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I did think every year it comes around to Halloween, I'm like, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to make something. Yeah, I'm going to do a Halloween pumpkin. I'm going to stick it on, but I can do all these things, all these grand plans. And in the end, I walk down to Sainsbury's and I'm like, nah, it seems like a lot of fucking effort. One time I thought, I used to live on the ground floor. I don't live on the ground floor now. I used to live on the ground floor and it just overlooked. And I thought of getting all my LED lighting that I've got and like turn it all to a red. And I've got light controls and everything, and have it like fade up this red, this devilish red, and then have just me standing there in this mask, just like staring out the place for ages, like one of those statues you get in Covent Garden where the person's like dressed in gold, and then when you give him some money, he kind of shakily kind of shakes your hand and comes back up again.
You've got a bit of that cartoon devil look to you, though.
Yeah. So
you could just get some of those like stick-on horns, like a touch of like red, not even like thick red, just a little bit to devil you up a little bit, and then just stand there.
I could do it here, couldn't I? I mean, like, it doesn't matter where you are. So I get all my red, make the whole room red, and just like stand in front of the window like for ages.
And you just need somebody outside, someone like me, who is just going to spend the night walking up and down the street, and whenever you like pass someone, like just go, "Oh my god!" and just point at you. Just a random spectator pointing out the creepy shit.
And then I like bring up a knife or something like that, and I start looking down, and like I do the classic mask head tilt thing, and oh my god, that would be fucking amazing.
The chat has turned into Gardener's World.
Grow some stuff in the garden. Well, that's up to you, man. Buy some shit from the shop.
Captain Soro, aren't they awkwardly seasonal too? Like if it's not exact conditions, pumpkins just straight up die.
Do you know what? So I'll have to take your word for it, because my knowledge of pumpkin growing is 0.
Should do your own potatoes though. Ask them nicely, they'll grow under any condition. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a potato famine or anything, right?
Man, this guy knows lots about veg.
Apparently not.
Does he know about... Well, he did. Does Captain Soro just like know everything about everything? Is he really insufferable to live with, I wonder? Like, does his wife just...
Let's ask the chat. Is Captain Soro insufferable to live with?
I mean, that might be, you know, like a really easy question, but it just saying, what do you think about this, babe? It's like, actually, it's spelt like this.
Ha! It's not really an answer.
I think you'll find inflammable means the same thing as flammable, actually. It's like, oh god, you're so annoying.
Famine exempt, you facetious shit. Yeah. That should be my Twitch handle. Forget the Jez show. Facetious
famine exempt.
Yes, that.
Famine exempt. I'm not allowed to answer. I will take the 5th, whatever that is. Don't know. People say it. So, I do know. I'm only kidding.
Shall we progress into our first segment?
Yes. Let's go for
Thanks, I hate it.
Oh. That was quick. I didn't mean to do it. I was just going to tee you up in it. But thanks. I hate it. Do you want me to... Thanks, you hated it?
Sure.
I can't say don't get you started. Do you want me to get you... Do you want me to get you hating?
Haters
gonna hate, man.
Get me hating on something. Yeah.
Maybe
it should be called Haters Gonna Hate.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's a working title.
Yeah. Haters gonna hate, man. We hate all manner of shit. If you want to drop something to get started on, you can drop it in the comments, or maybe just talk about something that maybe this week has really bucked you off. But in general, I find food amazing. I do love food. Not all food. Most food that passes my lips is excellent, apart from that horrible smelly rotten fish one that's meant to be a delicacy in wherever, Scandinavia. Fuck that shit. But anyway, what I want to know is what you think of breakfast cereals.
Breakfast cereals? Okay.
They're nice, right?
Thanks for breakfast cereals, but I hate them. Because of all of the options that you could possibly go for at breakfast time, it's kind of like somebody sat around a boardroom table and was like, right, how can we totally ruin this meal of the day that's supposed to be a mandatory thing?
Mm-hmm.
How can we piss off enough people so that they don't have breakfast at all? And the answer to that question is cereal.
Right.
Because not only do you have to make choice first thing in the morning, which never works, You've got a litany of different things that you can get. Like, do I get the all brand because it's good for my shit? Like, do I get the sugary thing because it's all over? Like, it gives me energy for the rest of the day, whatever. So you're given so many choices. But you can't even just have the thing. You've got to introduce something else. You've got to make it wet for some reason.
You have to make it wet.
Like, why do I have to find something, go painstakingly into this process, and then like, right, it's not quite wet enough yet. Let me add some wet. And there we go.
But not any wet.
No, specific wet from a cow, unless you're allergic to that.
Cow wet.
In which case you have to have goat wet or sheep wet. I don't know. Or just water. Some people
they don't.
Have cereal with water.
Shut up. They don't.
Do.
No one does. No one does.
And then you've gone into this whole realm of, I don't like to drink milk because it's bad for me, blah, 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 blah. And then pricks put fucking like yogurt or pineapple juice on it. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. You've already taken something shit and you've made it worse. For fuck's sake.
I miss so many of these comments.
I know, man. It's fucking booming. People have opinions about cereal.
There was something that Duff said at the beginning. I can't remember what it was.
Fucking hell. Right, let's scroll. Okay. Oh my God. Stop talking so I can scroll.
No, don't stop talking. We love your comments.
Most breakfast cereals started as a means to stop masturbation.
Yeah, citation needed on that one. Do you know what? People are wanking too much in the morning. They're not getting to work on time. You know what we need? Breakfast cereals. That'll stop the masturbation. Said nobody ever.
Breakfast cereal. What does that say? Breakfast cereals. Oh, you missed out an apostrophe there, you fucking idiot. Breakfast cereals work.
Where's your God now, Captain Sorrow? If you're going for a real breakfast, though, eggs and bacon have to be included.
Well, no, you didn't. I misread it. There's a fucking click to reply in my way. Just out and about and can't wait to sit down for a proper meal. If you're going for a real breakfast, though, eggs and bacon have to be included. Yes. Well, and this is my point.
Yes.
You know? You're making me wet, says Captain Brilliant. And then Karis has outed me that I mostly eat cereal as an evening snack.
The thing about cereal is that it is very ultimate. It's something you might want to... I eat it sometimes out of the box. I don't have cereal now because I don't have breakfast as part of the intermittent KFC diet that I have. But
sounds great.
So no cereal, eat twice a day, Saturday KFC. Is a kind of very strict regimen I'm adhering to at the moment. So I don't have any cereal in my house because it's carb.
But you had KFC on Friday last week. You ruined everything.
Fuck it. I don't know how I lost that weight. Kellogg was a Quaker. Oh man, how does that work? They're fucking with my mind now because Quaker's a different thing entirely. Kellogg was a Quaker. They all just sat around those Quakers, didn't they? Just going, do you know what? Let's nail the cereals market. And they're like, what about the milk and the cattle we raise? Fuck that shit. I'm going to put me and my hat on top of some oats. I'm going to make some sort of golden flake shit. I'm going to sew this shit the fuck up.
But you believe that feeding someone just cornflakes would bore them so much that they wouldn't want to masturbate?
Do you know what? I want this to be true so much. And the fact is, much as I believe that you're an improvisational genius, that seems too correct to be a beautiful piece of improv. I love it, though. I really hope it is. And more of it if you can. But...
If you could see me jack off into my bowl of shredded wheat today...
That's better than water, though, mate. Let me just be honest. I think I'd rather eat that.
It's got a better consistency than putting water on. It is
a bit closer to milk than water. Fuck yourself, man.
Like, you might have to put some pre-work in to get enough.
It's still horrible and disgusting, but like even I can't hold it together. I can email you the article. I thought you were going to be said, I can email you the recipe, mate. I know the recipe for cheers.
Golden Graham's
I've got that one covered, mate. Right. By the way, also the other thing about, and we kind of subverted a little bit, but that's partly what we do.
We've gone a bit weird, yeah.
If you get your cereal and you pour your milk on and it's a golden plate of advertised wonderfulness, but then you leave it for a nanosecond and it's just mush.
Well, you say that, but when they do those beautiful advertising shots, they don't use milk at all. They use glue. They use PVA glue.
Fucking hell, I should be eating it with glue. I understand what you're telling me. Mm-hmm. Need to pick some coal.
Eat the glue, sniff the glue, stick the glue up your nose.
Do you fancy a cinnamon roll? Fuck off, perv. It's not a position. I roll you over and over and over until there's something at the centre of you. I'm glad he is. That's literally
He's actually
the point.
crying. Cool. That's all the validation we need.
I literally can't remember what I was going to say, but cereal. There's something I was going to say. Don't remember anymore.
Never mind. You can delve deep into your brain instead as I hand you a gift
Please
of a topic.
give it to me.
I'd like to know how you feel about Warcraft.
Warcraft. I know what you mean. I mean, not the art of war like Sun Tzu's kind of. You mean World of Warcraft?
Correct.
Oh, right. So
Wow.
wow. What a difference. World of Warcraft. Thank you, by the way. I hate it. World of Warcraft. I play World of Warcraft so much, and I have so much stuff to do. I'm sometimes a very procrastinating man, right? And World of Warcraft is possibly fairly reasonably the greatest massively multiplayer online role-playing game that's ever been created, in terms of kind of the way it sustained itself, and in terms of the fact that it's better in the world you can actually stay in than anything else ever. It's stood the test of time. You know, things like Star Wars Galaxies, all these old ones back there, they fucked off basically. So it's the best one. But unfortunately, it is also total shit, because really, it just never ever ends. There's no real end to it. All it does is it addicts you in, and you spend it. Like, I used to laugh at those dickheads playing Farmville. I just like, you get Farmville, you plant your shit, you go away for 10 hours, you come back, you cut your shit down, because pumpkins grow faster in Farmville, so you'd be okay with that. Get her a Farmville.
I'll get her a Farmville
pumpkin.
Yeah.
Right? And I say, what a bunch of dickheads growing shit. And then here I am, running around the landscape, picking up herbs, and then putting them on my bag, and then going back to the auction house and putting them on, and then waiting for 5 hours, and then collecting them again, and then making money to buy fake weapons to have everyone shout at me when I fuck up in a raid. It's just the greatest waste of time. And a friend of mine once said, I don't want to play World of Warcraft because it's a time sink, I'll get addicted to it, I'll get obsessed with it. And I'm like, don't be stupid, only idiots get obsessed with things like that. I have time for the real world. And it turns out I don't have time for the real world. It's also full of wankers.
I barely managed to get him into this room to do this show.
I was playing it. It's full of such dickheads. Right, by the way, there's a channel called Looking for Group, right, where you sit around trying to get a group, right? And it just keeps perpetually going. But no one looks for a group. They'll just say funny shit. But only the problem is they don't say funny shit because none of them are funny, because everyone is a fucking comedian and everyone says a thing, and I sit there judging everyone like, yeah, shut up. And there's a bit, right, where I don't know why I'm telling you this. There's a quest where you have to find Rexar as part of the Onyxia attunement. You have to find a character called Rexar, and get Rexar. You have to follow. He's somewhere, so you have to follow around the place until you find him. Now, before you have to do this quest, you'll bump into Rexar half a dozen times. But the moment you actually have to find him, he's never to be found. So you go into Looking for Group, and you go, has anyone seen Rexar? And then someone says, yeah, he's an orc. He wanders around. And I'm like, that's really unfunny. And then someone, and like every time someone pops up and says, anyone seen Rexar? Someone goes, yeah, he's big and green. He's got a wolf with him. And I'm like, oh, Jesus.
I think Death Valley has emoji'd him already.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. And then someone the other day just went into there anticipating this level of stupid humour, so terribly unfunny. I'm like, why do you bother to? They anticipate this. They say, can anyone give me a location on Rexar? And someone's like,
yes, World of Warcraft.
He can often be found in Desolus. And I'm like, stop. This is just like Was that a whistle there? That's a 2-minute warning whistle. That's enough. Fuck you, Warcraft's a load of bullshit. That's all I had time for on Warcraft. Fuck it. Waste of time. And money. And money as well. Oh, I fucking hate Warcraft. I'm going to stop it and after I've done the next bit of Warcraft.
Yeah, because your 2 minutes is up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, WoW community is one of the most toxic. Someone was talking about the Elder Scrolls up there. I didn't see. Can you Elder Scroll up a bit?
Elder Scroll.
Final Fantasy 14 Elder Scrolls, some of the top really good. Total utter wank. They get you hooked, drain your money, and
scroll in the right place.
And you pay for like once we played World of Warcraft for a while, they released a Warhammer MMORPG, and so we were going to get the Warhammer key, and we were going to start. It sounded really interesting. We were going to get into it, but none of these have succeeded. I wanted Elder Scrolls. I never played it, but like I just want them to get. The only one that's good is World of Warcraft. It drives me out the wall. Don't get me started on Warcraft.
I feel like I did.
Yeah, you did. Hey, anyone looking for a group? Yeah, that's what this church was. Except they're not, because everyone keeps saying. Do you know, the other day there's a location in the world, which is it's near the undead starting zone. It's a place called Brill. It's like the first town you're really going to get to. It's also where you buy your horse from. Your undead horse. Woo! And someone just said Brill, and then everyone just kept saying Brill, and everyone just kept repeating the word Brill, and then trying to find different ways to say Brill in a sentence. And it's like Brill, Brill, Brill. And I just thought, you guys think this is funny, but let me reassure you, even as a master of repeating the joke, which I think is a lot of fun, you have failed to understand how this concept works. And you keep saying Brill for ages. And then it went on for months. Everyone just kept saying this bullshit thing. And then the other day, my friend was trying to get something and looking for group. And he kind of said, oh, can anyone sell me this? And he asked a couple of times. And someone said, mate, you've already asked a couple of times. Stop spamming. And I said 2 months ago, everyone said Brill constantly for 5 hours. So fuck off. Oh my God. Best starting location, you're right about that. Anyway, you could actually get me started on WoW quite largely, but anyway.
Karis wasn't keen on your Elder Scroll up joke. Apparently.
Oh, was she not?
No, she said lame.
I thought it was not. Fuck you, mate. You don't know what you're talking about.
And on that note, this is happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you. This is happening.
No, it's the wrong side. I was going to try and get my hand in the transparency bit.
I surely do know this is happening.
The wrong side of the screen.
Before it disappears. Too late. We'll ask you guys next week. And there's no rules here. I know we had a little segment there, but what do you think of the KonMari method? Well, you can see my room is beautifully tidy. Christmas tree stays around. It sparks joy. That's why it's in the fucking corner the whole year round. I know we're going to get onto this, but to answer the question that came there, I love the KonMari method. I haven't actually done it properly yet because I'm lazy, but I think I dig it. I did all my books. I did all my clothes. So,
yeah.
Does it spark joy? Yeah.
I mean, she knows how I feel about the KonMari method.
You like it?
I'm happy to do the KonMari method and throw some things out. And I'm also happy to let her fold all of my shit and put it neatly into my drawers.
If you don't know what KonMari, this is Marie Kondo's kind of like how to tidy. You know, I love it. I actually don't do it, but it is absolutely wonderful. Do you shake them to wake them? I'll shake you to wake you in a minute. Hap, new streaming mic arrives tomorrow. Officially doing first stream Saturday. Nice.
Welcome to the world of Twitch. And speaking of streaming, Def Valley said Hap finding the Star Trek Deep Space Nine game on the SNES.
There's a game? Who should you play as?
I did not know this until the other day either. He was just like derping around on different games and was like, oh, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, boom. And yeah, you play like Benjamin Sisko.
You wander around in this world.
Doing Odo's job for some reason and like trying to defuse bombs and like stop Cardassians from doing stuff. Yeah.
I think I had the Deep Space Nine game on my PC. Oh my, I sat on my leg. I always sit on my leg. What's
There's
wrong?
also a TNG game for the SNES that you couldn't get working, so I'm totally going to try and get that going at some point.
I got a TNG game for my PC one time when I was younger, and it just unfortunately wasn't tremendously good, and I stopped playing.
No, I don't think many of the old ones
They've
are.
never managed to nail it. But yeah, the Deep Space Nine one, there was just like everyone's running, like Odo's wandering around, and like the graphics on Odo are amazing. And like his face looks really unlifelike and strange. You know, how did they nail that? And then you see Quark, and he's like,
"Oh, Quark looked alright actually." Yeah, Jake left a little to be desired. Jake Sisko
in the series as well.
We have digressed. What's Hap for you this week?
Do you know? I tell you what is Hap actually. And this is what I was thinking. What was Hap this week was when I impromptuly came round to your place for your birthday. Well, I mean that was planned. It was your birthday every year, same time every year.
It's been happening for a while now.
And I came round for it, and then we did the quiz stream thing, which was just so much fun because we had the KFC and we had the wine, we had the gin and tonic, and the quizzes.
We ran each other over with motorbikes.
Oh my
that wasn't
God.
the point of the game.
Yeah, that was Hap for me. And the other Hap thing is like playing. Actually, despite the fact I hate it, obviously, my friend managed to succeed in becoming a Scarab Lord in World of Warcraft, so you can run around on his massive beetle now, and he does, which is really cool. I'll tell you, I had a great time last night playing Dungeons and Dragons. I got a regular Monday night Dungeons and Dragons group, and of which your wife is part of, and they had an epic battle where they're fucking up some fire giants. It was so. I'm loving life. I'm a massive geek, so let me tell you.
Are you really?
That
was not clear.
Nap says, Keris, A-level results being downgraded. Government changing their minds. Did they change their mind? I mean, I was only caught a little bit about this.
They did. They completely U-turned. And
oh, excellent.
Then they went with what the teachers originally said, like they should have done in the beginning.
I mean,
it's almost like they're totally inept and shouldn't be doing anything governmental.
No, they shouldn't. But I'm glad they did, because sometimes much I don't want to give any support to the government for being a pile of shit, but like at least when you own a mistake, just own it. So I'm impressed. They're growing. They won't grow much more though. Nap, my ability to roll virtual dice. Yeah, your dice were bad. I need a new D&D group. Oh well, if the space comes available, maybe we could slot right in actually. Although we're kind of at complement now, unfortunately. But you should get yourself a group. I'm playing a module. I haven't even told them what the module is at the moment, because savvy players like my brother will know immediately. He won't cheat or use that information another way, but like knowing what the game is might give you a background
to influence his decisions,
like his understanding of what the game is going to be. And you never know what you've read, or because like being he's a dungeon master as well, so he might have picked it up one time to browse to kind of go, oh, who's the bad guy in this? Okay, and then so I'm trying to hide, but it's a big one. It's they're playing. They don't know it. Probably not that it matters to someone like Keris, who has never played it and does not know one from another. That's not a criticism. It's just like doesn't know the books that are available. But it's one of the most popular ones, which is why I picked it. So I'm having a wonderful time. It's WoW. It's Scarabs. It's quizzes. Dungeons and Dragons. Loving my life. That's why I'm happy.
Yeah, and on the back of my birthday stream, we're going to do some like Twitch quiz nights. And just play quiz games.
Yes.
I mean, if we can beat Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on our first attempt, then,
No one Googled anything.
No. Not even the £1 million question.
Do you know what's nap? Is my light source is fading.
Oh, dear.
Hold on.
The light, it fades.
The light is 99, but Captain Electricity did not plug it in. But we're here, and on the screen, look okay.
World of Warcraft.
I was to plug something in.
Plugging in light sources. But it's not so dark even without it, so.
Deal or no deal?
That's a good game. Yeah.
Deal. Do you know what?
Bought you some more games for a co-op stream. Yes, hell yes. I saw you got some DVD games. The DVD quiz games were quite good as well.
Oh, there was one on the PlayStation 2, I think, which was Buzz, and you all got a little Buzz control. That was lots of fun. It was like, meh, and then you put your thing on. That was lots of fun.
I think those things are gold dust now.
Yeah.
The actual
buzzers. Gold dust. What's hap for you?
So, not to sound weird, but both of my haps this week are guys.
Guys?
Are guy related.
Like, okay, I want to know what they are.
Okay. Well, not only that, you're going to get to see what they are.
Oh, really?
Because I've brought some pictures.
I was going to say, and here they come now! The cast of the
Choose your
Chippendales.
guy. We are now a brothel.
I thought you meant, like, when you say guys, I think you meant like a guy rope from a tent. And like, you went camping and I tripped over the guy rope. Fucking guys. And another one, Guy Fawkes. What a prick. Trying to burn down the Houses of Parliament. God. Was that what you meant?
No, because that sounds like a good idea right now, to be fair. No, the first guy that I have enjoyed this week is Five Guys.
Five Guys. Five Guys.
Now, people that know me may recognise that I'm a bit of an American junk foodie type person. And as a result of this nonsense lockdown, haven't really been partaking in the burger very much.
No.
And so, last week, while I had to go and buy shoes for my daughter because the twat keeps growing.
Five Buys.
Stopped by and bought this.
Oh my God, actually that looks amazing.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Now, I'm not a big Five Guys fan.
Get out. Of your own
of my
house.
own flat. But mainly because I had one and it was shit. And that was the first one I'd had, which is never good. But then on your stag we had one.
We did.
And it was good. And I went with a friend to the cinema once, and it was at Westwood Cross, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And they had one there, and that was amazing. So
I'm hating this. So goddamn hungry. We always talk about food. You need to come to Don't Get Me Started with a full stomach, otherwise you will suffer.
What I love about Five Guys is you can just. This is what Curly said. He's right. I mean, you just pick your toppings. You stand there and just go jalapenos, cheese, sausages. I don't know what the fuck. I don't go to Five Guys, but like like mustard, ketchup, mayo, sting that shit on there.
Yeah, you can. And then after you've done that, you can go to their wonderful drinks machine that they're talking about in the chat, and you can choose literally anything you like. No, I'm just going to have a sip of Coca-Cola with some orange in it. Yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Oh, look, there's some Fanta that's flavoured with the tears of children. Yeah,
it is true.
That. And there is so much choice. And the other great thing about Five Guys is that it's one of the American imports that hasn't lost anything in translation.
Yeah.
Some of the things that have come over, like our version of Taco Bell.
Do we have one?
We do.
Oh shit, where's that?
Either Lakeside or Blue Water.
Oh man, I want some of that shit.
But it's
not good, so I don't.
It's arse. Yeah, you don't. Like their refried beans just taste like salt, and not in a good way. I like salt. Don't like those. And apparently there's a Wendy's coming.
Oh yeah.
Has that been? Yeah, you go. Wendy's is returning to the UK soon. Chick-fil-A got ousted before they even got here, which is frankly fantastic. Yeah.
UK Taco Bell is wrong.
So, but Five Guys translates really well. The only thing that's different is that the floors in Five Guys here are clean, whereas in the States they are littered with peanut shells.
Yeah.
Because you've got the peanuts on the table that you can have while you're waiting for your food. Oh, our Moth from last week has returned.
Oh, mate, don't get fucking started on moths. That's another thing I could say is Nap, actually, is just like fucking moths. I had all the windows open, so all the moths came in, and I was on the computer, and the moth keeps wandering past my face, and I'm like, enough is enough, moth. So I just went on a moth fucking murder around my house. And
Have you named the moth?
No. Would you like me?
Do it right now.
Sterling Moth.
Stirling Moth. That's a great name.
Bam.
Mothbert.
Mothbert.
No, I'm gonna.
Don't name it. I'm gonna
put my foot down.
David Hasselmoth.
That's a bit better. It's not as good as Stirling Moth. I'm
Stirling
still
Moth.
that one. Sir Stirling Moth. He was knighted, you know.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Sterling Moth. So where were we? What's the other guy? Do you have another guy?
Oh no, I've got another guy. Yeah. So the other guy that I've been enjoying this week is Fall Guys, which is a video game for the PS4.
Oh yeah.
But in the same vein as like Fortnite or the new Call of Duty, that the game is free and it's a massive multiplayer thing.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. It's not Fortnite, because Fortnite is shit. But basically, you are a derpy little fat character that has to go and compete in like It's a Knockout or Takeshi's Castle
or like
things.
Total Wipeout style shit like you can see on screen right now.
Yeah. And it's just fantastic.
You have to keep qualifying.
Well, there's rounds. There are 5 rounds, and you are gradually eliminated as the things go on. So this whoever this was that I stole the video from YouTube for is now trying to get to the end. You'll go up this ramp, and then there are some more whirligig things.
Good luck, mate.
By, and it's pretty damn hard.
So do you buy this online? Can I get this online on my PS4?
Yeah, it's not even a buy. It's a you just go on there and you download it. You have to have PlayStation Plus because it's an online game, and you can only use online things. If
I think this is happening, man.
But it's fucking amazing, and you can actually invite your friends into a group and all like go through it together in the same game and that kind of thing.
I'm up for it. I'm so up for it.
So while I am a kind of more retro game streamer on Twitch, when I play video games, I'm totally going to be streaming this at some point.
Might not always stream video games, but when I do.
Once I've got a bit better at it. I've finally managed to get to the final round, but I haven't won a game yet. It's got to happen at some point.
It's amazing. It does look wicked.
5 Guys, Fall Guys, all the time.
So
it's hap.
That is what's hap. Welsh Nana's in.
Way, Welsh Nana.
Way.
I didn't see that. Yeah, and then I was confused as to why Kara said hi Nana. But now I understand because she commented. What's nap with you?
What's nap? Listen, I don't know why I put it in such a strange place. what's nap for me? I tell you what. Last week we decided to watch, being massive Star Trek fans, we decided to watch the new Star Trek program Lower Decks, the animated show. And we
talked about the first episode last week, didn't we?
Episode 1. We talked about
Don't
last
Get
week.
Me Star Trek, which we're not doing this week.
Well, and this
but
is
I'm tempted
kind of
to play the sting anyway.
Do you want to play this thing?
Let's do it.
Can we do it?
You know, it's my musical screaming.
Yes, drop that fucking sting. Don't get me Star Trek on fucking Lower Decks. Honestly, I watched that. So what I'm going to say is, what's nap? Lower Decks is nap. I'm just saying it now. I watched the second episode, and it just doesn't get any better. And I don't think it ever will. Like, if these 2 episodes aren't your best, like, you're not saving it for anything. You're not waiting your best jokes. You basically, people don't do this all the time, but if I had an album full of 10 songs, I'd put a couple of them at the beginning of the album, because when people listen to it, they tend to listen to the first track. If the first track is shit and the second track is shit, you don't get to the third track, right? So, yeah.
If you don't land the audience at the start, you're dead in the water.
Yeah. Hey,
Absolutely.
These guys are dead in the water. So I watched it. The plot of this one was that the guy is like, but they're such stereotypes.
They
like,
are.
The guy,
and not even good stereotypes.
No. She's like the rogue who just gets it done, and she's like a little bit sexy and kind of flirty and shit, but often, but likes him anyway. And he's like by the book, and he's like an engineer. And some of them just like, there were some funny moments in it. There was one bit I laughed at. I honestly don't know what the joke was now. It's so terrible, but it is not even in any way engaging. It's not funny. It's not a good story. Stereotypes when it should be archetypes. Fuck it off. Don't bother. Don't send it to me anymore. I don't want to see it anymore.
Okay, fine. Can I rescue it slightly?
You may.
Because, and it's something that, I'm totally with you, it's crap, and I'm not really that keen on it, but it's Star Trek, and I'm going to keep watching it anyway. But I'm going to watch it slightly differently as of this week.
With your eyes closed, maybe?
Maybe no, with my eyes open, maybe on mute, because I tuned into the Starfleet Escape podcast. With Nova Charter, who often frequents
our streams.
Our streams here. And he and his co-host Eric were talking about all of the things that are happening in the background that have been drawn in that are total Star Trek lore things, like random aliens that you haven't seen for ages, and just little Easter eggs that are littered in the background that they don't have as part of the plot necessarily.
Right, yeah.
That might redeem the shitty story and the lack of Star Trekness happening in
Fair enough.
the thing. Yeah.
Well, you can do that.
I might.
But I will happily.
I'm going to watch it anyway.
Do you know what? When I didn't know anything about Rick and Morty, when I first watched Rick and Morty...
I don't like Rick and Morty.
Well, I love
this
it.
This is very Rick and Morty.
It is Rick and Morty, but Rick and Morty is funny. I mean, you probably don't agree with that because you just said you don't like it. But like, I think, and this is not a bad place to be, I think you were in the minority on this one. I think it's a very popular show. And I think it's really sharp and very fast. It's a bit like BoJack in that regard. Like, BoJack is brilliant. BoJack is perfection. BoJack is the opposite to Lower Decks. Like, it's night and day, basically. And it's like, if you're the writer on Team BoJack and you're the writer on, like, that, it's just Premier League and whatever the opposite end of the Premier League is. I don't watch football. Help me out. So I don't know. Me play five aside or whatever.
Rick and Morty is Family Guy for people who like to think highly of themselves. Yes.
I think it's just. I think when I don't really want to watch Rick and Morty anymore. The most recent series came out, and I didn't run for it. I think in many regards it's hard to sustain Rick and Morty because whilst I really like Rick and Morty, now the joke has kind of been
Sunday
done.
League, Death Valley.
Sunday League, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Dropping the knowledge as always.
Yeah, bam. Did you Google that? So, dear Google, what is the opposite to Premier League? Some prick playing football with a tennis ball at school. I miss Futurama too. People did it, yeah. I mean, I didn't. I was terrible. But yeah, in a similar way, like Futurama is better than Rick and Morty because
it's shits all over it.
It's just
big time,
so accomplished. But But Rick and Morty is one of those things you can see it's going to burn out. I love it in so many ways. There's so many really nice, episodically beautiful stuff. But the longevity of it, once it kind of just like, it's the law of diminishing returns again. You kind of like, they go on a crazy adventure and they have to go, right, shit, we're running out of ideas. How do we be more tasteless? How do we make the more
And I think that's my problem. I don't like forced tastelessness to just try and get that cringe factor into a show. It doesn't.
When they're doing funny shit like Get Swifty, I don't know if you watched the episode where like they have to.
I've only watched like the first 4 episodes. So
there's some episodes
and that was enough for me.
More than I'm going to get on Lower Decks. But like when it gets some episodes, there's no kind of like tasteless stuff. It is just genius writing. But like the first season through, they do an episode where they watch like intergalactic, interstellar TV, right?
Captain Sora says squanch. I assume that means something.
Yeah. Well, it's a character who says squanch a lot, and squanch is like a verb effectively for lots of things, suggesting like sex. And so they try and join in and use the terminology squanch, and he looks at them like a massive faux pas, as it were. But yeah, they watch this. They do this episode where it's just constant adverts, constant stupid intergalactic adverts. They kind of like they're flicking through it, and it's so funny. And then the next season, they do another intergalactic adverts episode, and I was speaking to my friend. She's like, "Isn't it just as funny as the first time?" And I think it really isn't. I think the second one is not good in any way, and it's just so. There you go. I guess we've got into Rick and Morty now. I'm squanching here. Anyway, what was it? So Lower Decks is Nap.
Rick and Morty is Nap. What else is Nap? The Rain.
Here comes the rain again.
And I know you don't agree with me here, particularly.
Yeah,
but
I quite like the rain.
You know, after complaining about the heat for the last 3 weeks, I'm going to complain about the rain now. Because,
that's it.
You know, deep down, as much as I try to hide it, I am a British person.
Yes.
And I have to complain about the weather, regardless of its substance.
Yes.
But I really don't like the rain. Like,
you don't like water on cereal, so you're not going to like rain.
No, that's true. I don't like water on anything, really.
Yeah.
Like, I think I do have that kind of like seasonal affective
disorder
type thing, because my mood is noticeably different when it's shitty weather.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, not much gets me like depressed anymore. But if I go out to my kitchen, I look out the window and it's raining, I'm like, fuck this day.
I do like rain, but it's more like, I don't know, it's more like I don't like the sun.
You like the absence of sun?
I do like the absence of sun. This fucking sun just does my head in.
Button, who's their dog, hates the rain.
Oh,
yeah, Button. But he hates everything.
He likes me.
He simultaneously hates and loves everything.
I'm a horrible person when the weather is
like
crap.
100% that dog, all the time.
It's just, I think the world, especially England, we as a nation love the sun. Obviously, we're just like, in my head, if it gets sunny, my first thought is not, I better get to the beach, I better get a tan, I better go outside. My first thought is, oh, it's sunny. Just like any other thing that I might say, oh, that's a bird, that's a squirrel.
You just observe the weather.
Yeah, I just see it like, you know when you
obtusely point out what it is.
There used to be, they don't happen anymore, but there used to be cigarette machines in most pubs. You go to a pub and there's a cigarette machine. But not being a smoker, I didn't know where they were. So if you were to say, where's the cigarette machine in any pub that I was a regular in, I couldn't tell you, even though I walked past it probably.
But you live here?
Yeah, exactly. There was one in Chambers, and I happen to know where that one was because I've thought about what I'm just talking about and made sure I knew it. But like, if it's not in, it's just not in my worldview. So the sun is like, everyone's like, oh, it's very sunny today, isn't it? And they do the small talk about the sun. They go, very sunny, oh, it's lovely, isn't it? We should get out in that. And I'm just like, well, oh yeah, I guess it is. And then I have to catch up.
There are some days where I like call my parents or whatever, and they're, oh, what's the weather like? I'm like, it is sunny.
The other thing, right, is I don't know how hot degrees are, right? I don't know how hot Celsius is, right? So someone will go, bloody hell. It's like people do it all the time. And they say it either like they know how much it actually means. Like, bloody hell. I mean, I know that obviously 40 is stupidly hot. Like when you're saying 34 and stuff like that, that's hot, right? But people talk about these various degrees like they mean something. And they're like, I said, do I need a coat? And they're like, well, it's 17 degrees out there. And I'm like,
so answered a different question.
So do I need a coat? Because I say to you, it's 17 degrees out there. Tell me yes or no if I need a coat, right? Because you don't know if I need a coat or not, right? So like I say 14 degrees, 8 degrees, I probably need a coat. Like, I don't know what any of this means, right? 17 degrees, do I need a coat?
Captain Brilliant very firmly says no.
17 degrees, do I need a coat?
The gospel according to Captain Brilliant. No, you do not need a coat.
Man up, say that to Duncan. I don't understand what you mean. Can be 22 degrees and snowing. Is it cold? Answer me! Yeah, but this is it. So what I have to do is, like, I have to go to London, and we live down here in the southeast of Kent, and London is an hour away by train.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need a coat in London? So I say, what's the weather? And then Siri says, or whoever I've got now, says, it's 19 degrees and sunny. And I'm like, I'm sure it's sunny, but it's 19 a coat. I don't want to drag a coat up there. So then I have to find out. I stand in my hometown of Folkestone, and I click what the weather is here, and it goes, it's 17 degrees. And I'm like, well, I'm not wearing a coat now. So is the 2 degrees going to make, yeah, well, that's fine then. So I have to have a point of reference. Otherwise, you don't know. Like, it's fuck. I don't understand. So when people go, oh, what was it today? It was 25 degrees today. I'm like, all right.
I now understand why you like the rain. Because it's just the definitive answer.
It's on or off.
Otherwise, your brain goes into this weird
I
loop
just don't understand.
Like, seriously, this is well complicated.
Oh, there's so much going on. Aside from everyone else's
I'm
desire
just
to
going to
talk
go
about it.
with Captain Brilliance. Do I need a coat? No. I don't care what the weather is. No, you don't need a coat.
Do you know what? I believe I didn't need a coat so much I left it in Belgium. It's still hanging up in there. If you want the real temperature in folks, and I look after a device on top of the council building.
Yes. I've often asked Death Valley what the temperature is in Folkestone. And he
really?
looks it up on his system for a definite temperature.
Don't call a real number. This one's a real one, 912. Yeah, you want the real. I love that. Thanks very much, Duff, by the way. But I still believe that my version of like my app will give me a close enough.
I think it's probably coming from the same source, potentially.
Hey, listen, buddy. You want to know the real temperature? I got the real stuff.
I got the real
right
temperature
fucking
right
here. How'd you like them apples? 17 degrees. How did he open a coat? Why was he wearing a coat to open his coat? He shouldn't be doing it. 17 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
I got them all here. Barometers. Other fucking shit.
Earrings that'll turn you to stone.
So those. What else you got? You got another nap there.
I do. And it's more a general nap. And I'm sure the comments here will blow up when I say it. But the Facebook comment sections on everything have become such nap bullshit.
Such a world of cunts.
All of the things I enjoy that obviously I follow and get information from. It's just full of absolute pricks now hating on the things that they're supposed to like because they've clicked like to get this information. And it's just full of negativity.
Oh, it's unbelievably
negative. I don't
negative.
understand how Facebook has turned quite as bad as it was. It's always been a bit shit. It's relentless now.
As people always find, I can't remember what it was, but I think it was on the Bucks thing, and someone was talking about how many, I think I said this before, how many jerseys they got and what they got, and someone else is like, I don't want to wear a jersey, why would I wear a jersey? And I'm like, it's not about you, mate. This guy collected all these jerseys.
Yeah.
He's celebrating the team. You're in a fan club together. You're a fan. Just go, nice one, mate.
And actually, NFL
Why can't
ones
you just
are the worst right now because whatever the post is, apparently that's carte blanche for some prick to turn up and say, well, I won't be watching if they fucking kneel during the anthem.
That's it. It's like,
it's not a fucking departure lounge, mate. You don't need to announce you're leaving. Yeah. Just get the fuck out.
Just go. We don't care. Like,
just
that's
fucking unlike the page.
Just
go and
be
subscribe
a fan,
to
be
Fox
nice.
News instead.
Yeah.
And fuck off.
Thank you. Facebook is a webpage. Thanks, I hate it. They kind of like, yeah, this guy's like 30 jerseys going back to all these various people he loves. He's a diehard Bucks fan. He's sharing his love with other Bucks fans. And a lot of people there were like, hey, that's a really decent collection, man. But like someone else is like, oh, how can I hate this? How can I hate this? Yeah. How can I shit on this person's nice day? And I'm like, what is wrong with what is your major malfunction? If your first thought is how can I have a go at this guy?
How can I ruin this?
Yeah. When you've you've got to stop and think, no, don't say that. How can I just say a nice thing? Say, hey mate, that looks amazing. I heart so much stuff because I think that sometimes the thumbs up is not enough. I just want to send love to something. So if someone says, oh, I did this thing, and I'm like, I love it. I'm not afraid to say I love it. I just love random things just to make sure some love is out there. It's nice to receive a little heart because that's nice, but that's better. What was that? It's like a squashed tomato. Hello. So yeah, honestly, Facebook comments.
Squashed heart.
Squashed through the heart. So.
Oh, I'm almost clicking to reply. Just be fucking nice to everyone.
Just be nice.
Exactly.
Just be nice. You don't.
It's not difficult.
People, if you can't say something nice, say nothing at all, which was a phrase that your mum said to you in like 1782, and it's been true since then. Just be fucking nice, you dickheads. Or get in a fucking C. So, we're going to do a section...
A brand new segment.
Yeah.
We don't know quite how it's going to go.
No.
So,
it might be a fucking terrible thing.
And
how long does it last, by the way?
It's 45 seconds.
Oh, 45 seconds I can do.
Exactly. So, what I have prepared is a random clip from a random film that's from like 1935 or something.
So I probably won't know this film.
So, no, I don't know it. You won't know it. Nobody will know it. And there are two characters in this clip. There is... All right, wait for it. There is a male character whom you will play.
I'm the male.
And a female character whom I will play. And I've taken the sound off the clip. And we're going to provide the sound or the dialogue.
The dialogue. Okay, I can do that.
Clip. But what we need from you before we can do that is what is going to be the content or the topic of the discussion between these two people.
What's that say? So first of all, right, there's so many things. But what's the thing before wanking with cereals, by the way, before we get into this? The new segment called Jack Off on the Sofa. Fucking hell, mate. That is a whole... This isn't Babe Station. I don't just like, if you give us a few more likes, I take off my shirt. I'll take it off anyway.
We're not going to do wanking. No, we're not doing that one. Needing new chicken fillets.
Why is everything wanky? We ripped it off from Not the Week. Yeah, they ripped it off from...
someone else.
From... Have I Got News for You? What am I going to say? The improvisation show that's classic that I can't remember the fucking name of with Clive Anderson. It's gone from my brain anyway. Yeah, so Mock the Week took it from that. So and they took it all the way back from something else. Somebody remind me what the improvisation show is. Eddie Stone would know anyway. So yes, we've stolen it from someone who stole it from someone else. So I'm the bloke, and what are we doing?
Well, the only person giving actual valid ideas
needing
is
new chicken.
Valley. Needing new chicken fillets was one, or going to the bar for the next round.
Can we mix them together?
Sure.
I'm just going to say what I see.
Let's do all of these things.
Hit it.
Can you see the screen?
I can see it well enough. My tripod is in the way.
Okay. Right.
I'll incorporate everything that's just had. I'll incorporate everything that's said there, basically.
Cool.
Whose Line? Thank you very much. Yeah, Whose Line did it first. So there you go.
Perfect. Let's go.
Let me just throw those chicken fillets down there.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. If I had seen you there, I wouldn't have thrown those chicken fillets away quite so soon.
Well, actually, I was wondering if you've had any chicken fillets that I could procure from you, handsome man.
I've always got time for some chicken fillets.
Right. Well, I didn't really want the chicken fillets. I just was looking for an excuse to talk to you.
Yes, well, it was my time for my daily wank, so if you wouldn't mind excusing me.
Getting on the bed and allowing you to do your sweet thing?
Yeah, I thought I'd do it on the sofa, actually.
On the sofa?
That's right.
Is that around the chicken fillets?
Well, that's the only thing that gets me hard these days.
I'm not sure I approve of this.
All right. Wait. Whose Line and Mock the Week were made by the same guy?
I didn't turn off the opening video. What a prick. There we go. That's us.
Whose Lines and Mock the Week were made by the same guy? That doesn't really make it like Dan Patterson. I wouldn't be so surprised. No, yeah, I mean, it doesn't. None of it matters. Improvisation stuff is that's a solid segment. We need more of that. You got wanking, you got chicken fillets. I couldn't get to the bar. There didn't seem to be one. Mind you, of course there was. There was just one out shot. Talking about it. That's how improvisation works. I enjoyed that. That was a good segment, a good clip. I was going to say,
yeah.
Because if you pick something we know, then unfortunately, if you pick like Heat,
you add your own context.
You know what's going on.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think that is something that perhaps our viewers could send a random clip under a minute long. And
under a minute.
We'll just have a go of it. We also need a name for that segment, so...
You need to... Yeah, this is dub the clip, because we're dubbing it, but like...
Answers on a postcard. Something punny would be great, because we love puns.
I miss Nevermind the Buzzcocks. I do too. I miss Simon Amstel. I think he's fucking amazing. So that was the untitled Dub the Clip thing. What a load of dubbish.
Hey!
Now we started. That's one in a row. Well, that's the front runner. Dear. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I thought it was quite good.
Oh.
Would you like to see what the actual content of the clip was?
What, with the words and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, give me a second.
We can watch that, can't we?
Entertain for a moment.
If you want to.
Need to turn it on.
And while we're doing it, because, you can always look back at it and...
Why is it not fucking...
We can't find it anyway.
That one. Dun, 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 dun.
While that's happening, I'm going to see whether this thing's charged anything at all. Because my light's gone out.
He was supposed to be entertaining you while I...
Oh, was I?
around.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Doom. This
Get
is a bit
with
like
the program.
a funnier version of Babe Station.
A funnier version of Babe Station. I don't know, Babe Station's pretty funny. Oh, it's bright.
Oh, that's better.
Because it's not at all arousing. So it's pretty much just entertaining.
That's entertainment.
Okay, I think that is
Plug my battery in for that.
ready.
And they said, let there be light.
Let's have a look at
There was
the
light.
actual clip and what they were actually talking about.
Fuck you, Philip.
Oh, I unmuted you.
Hello, soldier.
Hello. How did you get here? Didn't I see you in the area?
I followed you, but took a shortcut. How does it feel to be a yearling?
I wouldn't know.
Well, at least you're making use of the privileges. Usually the first time a new yearling explores Rotation Walk, he has company.
Not my kind of yearling.
Even your kind of yearling should make some concession to tradition.
You saw what happened to me at recognition. It hurt. If only one of them had stepped up to me.
Right,
Those certainly were words.
I don't know.
What the fuck they were talking
I don't know what they were talking about.
No.
I don't know what half those words were. Our words were better. That's what Babe Station is missing, stand-up comedy. What stand-up comedy online is missing is the ability for me to hear you laugh when I make a joke. It's like, hey, how
I
about
thought you
that?
were going to say
Babe
what stand-up comedy is listening is a fit girl with their tits out.
Oh, man. That would be amazing. If I do some stand-up...
I don't think the jokes would hit very well, though.
Show us your tits and tell me a knock-knock joke. Oh, man. That would do well at Edinburgh.
I mean, there was that...
We sit up.
Doing the naked news, was it? Or doing the weather nude or something on, like, Eurotrash or something.
Oh, yeah. Good old Eurotrash. Whatever happened to that?
It got yeeted into the annals of time as a shit thing. Because it was.
So that was a fun little segment that you're going to name, or maybe Captain Sora already has named, that yes has been used in other places, and we're doing it here. Because nobody cares.
No.
Nobody cares.
No.
Nobody
Steal
owns that property.
Everything.
Yeah. It's a thing.
Can't copyright an idea.
No.
But you know what you can copyright?
What can you copyright?
The name of a segment. And I might, probably won't, copyright the name of this segment, Wankbasket of the Week.
Wankbasket of the Week.
Wankbasket of the Week. Sorry, who says Wankbasket of the Week there?
Random AI woman that I managed to...
I didn't know whether you met
on.
someone and said, hey, by the
Hey,
way,
by the way, I do a thing. Could you just record...
Can you say Wankbasket
just say
of the Week?
Wankbasket of the Week?
whilst wanking me off.
She nailed it in one.
I bet she did. Well, I don't... Do you know what? I haven't really encountered anyone that's wanky this week.
Yeah.
Apart from my own electricity, which I went... By the way, electricity! Man's greatest enemy. When I bought this place, the people before had a little stick and card meter thing downstairs, so you have to go and buy it on a stick from the supermarket and then plug it in.
Oh yes, like the 1970s.
Yeah, I had to wind it up for a while. Stood there winding it up, and I had 5 minutes of electricity. That's an impression of Thomas Edison, as well, you know. So yeah, and so my wank basket is a realization that this shit thing, we could lose power. We should have said this. We could lose power at any time because the thing downstairs has just gone blank. So I went and got more stuff to stick on the stick. Went in there, which sometimes doesn't work.
Electricity on a stick.
Electricity on a stick. It's the future. It's like kind of sparking all off it, and I'm just holding this thing basically, and I just jam it in there, and it's still completely blank, and just made me realise that it was a year ago. I've owned this flat for a year, and when I tried to get it fixed to a credit meter like regular people, I couldn't, because despite the fact I just bought a flat and my credit rating was almost certainly decent because I'd used it to get the flat, the woman at the British Gas was like, no, your credit's not good enough for us to do this. And I'm like, it obviously is. So retrospectively, year on, I still hate British Gas. They can fuck themselves. And I have to have
So the wank basket is that woman that denied you.
Yeah. She denied
meter
me.
of the future.
/ British Gas, who I already hated from trying to give us a bill that wasn't us. And also from my previous location where they were trying to bill because they couldn't work out which gas 1R was, even though it had a number on it. Oh, British Gas are the fucking worst. Can't fucking stand British Gas. So who's the wank basket of forever? British Gas.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. And electricity has plagued us, but we've now got our light back, so that's good. So that's what my wank basket of eternity is. What about your wank basket of the week?
So this wank basket of the week has been doing the rounds on the internet.
Okay.
You may have seen him already.
Well,
so picture the scene. You also need to picture having children. You're at home trying to get your kids to do something useful, but all they want to do is play video games.
I hear you.
So, as any good, responsible parent would do, take the fucking controller off them so they can't play video games anymore.
Yeah.
But this particular wank basket made the decision that he would hide said controllers in his oven. And you can now see where this is going. His wife, the next morning,
switched on the oven
to cook the breakfast. Don't know what she was cooking in an oven for breakfast.
Yeah, we already said we're having cereal. So she was jizzing into the
breakfast. Turned on the oven, and this was the result. Dear me. What a mess.
Cinnamon rolls. Oh, you. Let's have some cinnamon rolls. I don't know what that was.
I do like cinnamon rolls.
I don't like cinnamon.
I mean, at least they were on a tray. Yeah, you've only ruined like 80 quid worth of stuff instead of your entire oven.
That's like really Darwin. It's not hurting himself, so as a result, it's not really truly Darwinian in that, the Darwin Award kind of thing. But
I mean, I expect he played the PlayStation as well. There are 2 controllers.
Yeah.
It's not just a kid's thing anymore.
Yeah, it didn't harm him, but that's such a level of stupidity. It's like you take it off them, but he's like, oh, I'm searching for a thing that kids can't get in, like your own room, mate.
Yeah.
Like your bedroom.
A high cupboard.
A cupboard.
Like, why would you put anything other than the thing you're cooking in the oven? That's what
there's no reason
to ever put anything
top of a
in
closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put something which might, what point is it? Do you know? I once went to a party. We went to our friend's party, and he had one of those disposable barbecues. He said, we'll have a barbecue, I'll get a disposable barbecue, and we'll have a barbecue. Right? We got this far. I said barbecue about 8 times. And he had a plastic garden furniture, the classic plastic white circular table.
Yes.
And he put it on the centre of the table, and then he lit it, and then he started to cook the barbecue on it. And of course, it heated up to barbecue levels, and it just started to sink and melt through it. And if you look underneath, there's all these ropes of kind of like almost like taffy, do you know what I mean? Like really stringy kind of like plastic stuff, until eventually it just sunk in. And because it had a little lip, it just kind of sat in the table, which once we cut out was just a barbecue table basically. And that is how, oh my God. It's like, what were you thinking? At what point did you think, oh yeah, this heat in this plastic? This guy went to the Harvey. This guy was ostensibly an intelligent guy. He isn't though. And by the way, he's a massive liar as well. Makes everything up. But luckily, I was there to see that one, so it is not a lie. But yeah,
I'm not sure you would lie about. That.
No,
stupidity.
He might
he'd probably hide it.
His desire to lie was so great that even to make himself look bad, he probably would lie. I bet that was how they invented those fire pit tables. They saw that guy, and now that guy's a millionaire.
They took the table, they set it on fire, job done.
So, oh my god.
A meteor hit my table. What happened was I was having a barbecue and a raccoon came in.
I just think like this guy's like first thing is like got to get the kids off the thing. Not just be reasonable and say, right, I'm taking these off you. You've had enough time, or even setting the parental controls on it so that it switches off after a certain point and just doesn't play.
Yeah.
So you can press them all you want. Keep the controls. Doesn't make any difference.
Any option, but putting it in
the option you chose. Man.
And that is why, truly, he is my wank basket of the week.
He is.
We finally get away from Trump.
Yeah.
Somebody else was a derp.
Trump can't play video games. Can you even imagine Trump in front of like a... I can't do a Trump impression. I wish I could, though. I'm not Alec Baldwin. I'm not that good. But like, I can't imagine him ever playing a...
Gonna get a bigly score.
Just, that was a bit Clinton. That went a bit Clinton. I liked it, though.
I did not have sexual relations
there it is.
with that woman.
There you go. Nailed it. There you go.
Trump plays Nokia N-Gage. Oh, the Nokia N-Gage. Boy, I wish that actually was good.
This is the newest big thing. Nokia N-Gage. What was it? Is that the one that was a phone and a game? Hey, some guy just went, how about it's a game? And I mean, we do all have that.
It was a little too ahead of its time.
It was.
In that the technology wasn't there for it, but the concept, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Right, well, we've reached the end of our list of stuff to derp about.
How long have we been going for? I always ask this.
We have been on for 1 hour and 6 minutes.
Hey, that's good. That's good time.
It's a good bit of time.
So let's just wrap this shit up and get you out of my fucking flat so I can go and play World of Warcraft.
Sounds...
Because it's World of Warcraft time. That rogues don't level themselves, do they? Right? Am I right? Who's with me? They don't. Just saying.
But other than World of Warcraft, have you got anything else going on or anything you'd like to plug?
No, but yes. This Saturday, myself and this Saturday, when he's streaming WoW, come on, man. At least, do you know what? I don't know if I don't know. I just have to work out that streaming thing. I don't even know if I do want to do it. It'll just be me talking. I think it will be kind of
I didn't
funny.
even know that his computer can handle it, to be quite frank.
Yeah, I don't know either. By the way, the other day I had so much stuff running on my computer and it was just like, and I was just like, oh shit, maybe this won't work. I was trying to play Magic the Gathering, Magic Arena on it, and it was just doing this thing where the cards were like, and I'm like, mate, this is so simple. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I don't know, but I like the idea of it. Maybe we'll try it if it's traction. But that's the thing with these things. What I will say is this Saturday, I don't know how it's going to work because you're in Wales, aren't you?
Yes.
Myself and Captain Brilliant, who was here or may still be here, are doing Cocktails and Bullshit episode. So, which is going to be probably a great British themed Cocktails and Bullshit. And if you haven't seen it, we drink cocktails, we talk bullshit, we do crazy things, a lot of cocktail drinking. And I'm hoping it's going to be a great British summertime cocktail. So you probably expect some great British summertime drinks like Pimm's and shit.
So where that happens largely depends on the quality of the internet connection in Wales. When I get there, I will do a speed test and determine whether I can host it.
Or if we stick it on his Twitch or my Twitch or something like that.
So if
Probably
I
his,
can
'cause he's
handle
got
it, it'll be on this channel.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll be on Captain Brilliant's channel, and I'll host it, so you can just come here and watch it anyway.
Yeah, so we'll do that on Saturday from 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock UK time. Join in. That's going to be developed. We're going to keep doing that. So that's what's on my mind. Mm-hmm. What about you? You're going to Wales, but you're doing anything?
I'm going to Wales, but tomorrow night, continuing the subscribers' choice of video games for this week, did Spyro yesterday at Will and Charlotte's request. Tomorrow, all right, I'll stop talking.
We'll run out of time there.
Tomorrow, it's Duff Valley's choice, and we're playing Mercenaries 2: World in Flames. Which I believe you've played, haven't you?
I think I played Mercenaries. Is that the one where you have a pack of... It's basically everyone's a pack of cards. Like they have the people you're trying to arrest. They're like the ace of clubs.
I think the
two
first
of clubs.
one
The
is
first
like
one does
that.
like that.
Yeah,
The eight, by the way, I love that game. I think that game is really good.
And Mercenaries 2 is a fantastic game, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy playing.
I really enjoyed those games.
Yeah, and then I'm away for the weekend, so nothing until Tuesday after that.
Yeah, and then on Wednesday, we do it all again.
Yeah. Be back here before you know it.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Right. Before I press the thing, Say something funny.
Stirling Moth.